I'm Esteban, and
I am Aoi.
so we are a company. We are based in Chatham at the historic dockyard, and today we are going to talk to you a little bit more about a case studies, which is our new productions, latest production, Lilith.Aeon. But just a bit of background, we are both professional dancers and we've been performing with companies like Jasmine Vardimon, Punch Drunks for many years. And how we started to create work is that Aoi and I, when we wanted to create something together, we wanted to step out of what we were used to do in the past and find new ways for ourselves to explore movement, to explore audience interactions, but also to find new ways to bring the audience closer to the work, at the center of the work, and how can we make them a crucial input of the performance. So that's how it started. And back in 2017, we premiered our first work. I don't know if we have a slide. No, we don't have slides. So...
But there were demos, so I think.
Yeah, so you saw the demo. Back in 2017, we created our first work, WIST, which is a 360 VR performance. We created one narrative, 76 possibilities to explore this narrative, and all this is using the gaze of the audience throughout the installation. And this work was inspired by virtual reality, reality, dream, conscious, unconscious. So it was inspired by Freudian case studies. And yeah, that was a great experience using VR. And straight away, we looked at augmented reality. And there we created Zero AR, which is a communal experience for using 5 iPads at the same time. And so everyone using an iPad can see the same thing at the same time and can interact with each other via the augmented reality dance performance. And that was a slightly different format. It was only 10 minutes. Very easy technically to tour, to set up, but also for the audience to access. But already then we knew that we wanted to move again a little bit further into our exploration on how we could bring the audience even closer to the work. And also we found out like how can we bring the virtual, digital even like closer to our real world. So after having this great experience with VR and AR, we started our research back in 2017, and actually came from personal experience where we, so we started our research back in 2017, and we completed our first prototype back in 2020. And in that first prototype, we kind of put like a lot of things in it. We explored holographic projection, we explored projection mapping onto a kinetic stage set, so we were using inflatable structure that could inflate and deflate during the performance. We also used biosensors integrated inside the costumes of the performers and the audience, all this because we wanted our space to feel like an ecosystem. So we wanted our space to be able to capture the true emotions of the dancers and the audience, so their data in real time, so the space could react in real time according to their emotionals and behaviors. And we were not happy with it. So we went back to the drawing board, still kept the same concept, what you're going to see about, we're going to talk to you about today. And then it became Lilith.Aeon, and there we have a video. Yes.
No.
No, we don't have video. Yes.
I might have cut the sound. But that's okay. So Lilith.Aeon is our latest work. Thank you.
And yeah, Lily Seon, we just finished the creation of it in our studio here in Chatham at the end of January, I think.
No, March.
March. Oh, okay.
Yeah, beginning of March.
I was there.
Yes.
And it's an installation that lasts 60 minutes, and it's unfolding onto a four-sided LED volume, and the audience follow the story told by an AI-driven virtual performer, which is called Lilith. And the theme Explore in this work is actually started a while ago. We were researching about the meaning of life, death, and what is in between, and Aoi will talk more about it, but through our research came across the story of a little girl who really existed and died from a brain cancer, but been cryogenized in the hope of being reviving into the future. And so when we finally came across her story, she became our muse, and we so imagined our potential future. So that's what the story and experience is exploring in that Lilith piece.
So the creation process, we started back in 2017, and it took us quite a long time to get here. But it was also technologically challenging what we wanted to achieve, but more like finding the best way to merge the concept and narrative and technology all together. That took us the most time, and making it very close to our vision. And so that was like research process and hold that until today. And this side is the 6 months of creation we just completed now. And one of the focus of our creation is to merge the story and the technology seamlessly to form a unified experience. So the dance, the technology, and the audience need to form one organic ecosystem. And our creation start from the theme and the story we want to tell, and not the technology. In Lily Seon creation, the seed idea comes from, like Esteban started to say, the death of our family members, and questioning our life and death and how we overcome this grief because we couldn't process that. We started to search for an answer to find the meaning of our life and why we need to continue to live today when it makes us so sad when someone is dying and things. And so one day we read the book. We were quite lost because it was a very big topic about life and death, and then reading from Nietzsche, philosopher, and talking with the technology. It's just, we got really lost into what we are reading and all that information. But one day, Esteban bought a book in Whitechapel Gallery, and then the book called To Be a Machine by Mark O'Connell. And this made us discover transhumanism. And transhumanism is a belief in augmenting and extending human life through technological innovations. So one of the chapters of the book was about Mark visiting the Alco Life Extension Foundation, a leading company of cryonics. And this made us research more about cryonisation, and then we found this little young person called Medarin from Thailand, who at the age of 3 passed away from a brain cancer, but her parents preserved her brain at this Alco facility with the hope of reviving her in the future. And then when we heard about this story, then somehow all of our research aligned and slowly shaped our story of Lily Seon. And our story is to telling through a dance performance by a virtual performer, Lilith, about her reincarnation journey from a frozen state to a superhuman far in the future. And this work is very technical, but the human story is at its core, and which then links to the technology and the story. And we got only 5 minutes,
Yes.
but working with the AI is quite unique, so I'm gonna talk about that. And thinking about the AI is thinking about the AI is the right tool for this work came in quite early in the creation process. as we were looking into the evolution of the human species, it also matched with our story, the digital reincarnation of our imaginary character Lilith. As we researched the technologies, but also our existential risks, we thought AI could be a threat to the human, but also the hope, and felt it was a necessary tool for human evolution, like our ancestors found the fire. And our creation and collaboration with the AI actually started by looking and imagining and testing how we can use the audience behavior to trigger the AI by integrating motion capture and biosensors. And how can we make AI feel and see what's surrounding them and even drive the show? And that was 2020 kind of prototype that we made. And then we went back onto the storyboard and then created a Lilith chatbot using a language model back in 2021, before the ChatGPT boom, actually. And our chatbot can create a poem based on 3 keywords. And as we wanted to treat Lilith as an artist, we made it so it's not a normal chatbot to have a conversation, but to give an artistic response. So this chatbot was prompted by our inspiration and information about how to form a tailored response. And that was also demoed here. And then we created an entire dance piece, which is the second part and sequel to Lilith's Aeon. We call it Orpheus, which tells the story of Lilith's parent based on the poem, and then we created a script using those poems. And then we created a dance piece, and then motion captured this whole choreography, which then we gave the Lilith AI model to train the data, and then now she can generate a continuous movement and trained by machine learning. And our Lilith model now creates continuous movement and based on our choreographic data. And we then exported those sequences we like to put them into the piece. And you can see those examples. And for us, most interesting part of the AI movement is when they make a movement that we cannot do as a human dancers.
Yeah, originally we were thinking, okay, we're going to take our motion capture train models, and then she's going to replicate even more what we are used to do in real life. And when we started to work with the AI, we realized actually this is really boring, because I'd rather see myself or Aoi dancing. No, what is really interesting is when she's creating unpredictable movement or poses during her choreography. There we can see her true identity. There we can see a real performer with a unique personality. And we always treated this character, either the chatbot at the beginning or these models here, as a real artist that we are collaborating with right from the beginning.
And I think, like, we're going to talk later about the AI threats, or is it the opportunity. I think it's like big news came out recently, like stealing the idea or identity of someone, the AI, copying the human being. I think this is something that we need to think about. We need to find the voices of the AI and voices of what the AI it should be. And then I thought this is like the beginning of the idea that we found, the beginning of the AI's voices as a dancers, and then that applies to everywhere. I feel like that's the opportunity that I think the AI could be. And I think we are running out of time, but these are the technology that we, not only the AI, but all around it that we had to use. And it was more mixture of making a theater, virtual productions, and gaming. So that kind of combination of different technology formed to create the Lilith Aeon. And it was very steep learning curve, I would say. Learned quite a lot about LED technology as well as screens. So these are different scenes that we created in Unreal Engine. We are quite happy. There is real-time, issues of aesthetic, how much you can achieve, and also with short budget and time. But we are quite happy what we have achieved so far. And yeah, Lilith Aeon uses motion tracking system. So there are 4 cameras at the top of the cube, and then we can track unlimited audiences around it. So audience can interact inside the content and co-create the scene together with Lilis. And there are different type of interactions that we were kind of trying out. We made it so that this is more conceived as a performance, so we didn't want the audience to disturb the other audience member, and so we didn't want people to do just all the time waving the hands or so. So we made it so that they don't always see themselves inside the content, so we kind of tailored the story around them. They will see themselves sometimes, but not all the time. And or some moments Lilis is really following and looking into the audience. That kind of makes you really like strange and strong moments. These are all the creative teams that who really worked hard with us. And finding the language to speak with them actually is always the learning curve, like you guys were saying earlier. So thanks to them that following us to, or giving the effort and giving us the time to follow our vision. And we have Discord groups, so you are welcome to join us and chat, informal chat onto the Discord group. We are on and off, but we kind of respond and share what we find as well, from funding opportunity to residency opportunity to whatever that is. And some of the technologists from our team is there, so you could ask about Unreal or AI or whatever that interests you. And this is the credits. So, yeah, what I need to say. I think, this credit is available on website, but we would like to thank our team and audience who made this work together. Thank you to our creation partners, Scan Computers, NVIDIA, La Filatio, Arts Council England, Innovate UK, ICCI University of Kent, Creative Technology, Center for Dance for Research, Coventry University, and Visual Elements. And we are also grateful for all other R&D partners and supporters, including Sadler's Wells, who made this creation possible. And thank you for listening and inviting us to speak about. And we look forward to talking more with you later.